They came from the north. They're coming around the building. They're making a right. Now all these hives are occupied, except for one Nucleus hive. Where are these bees headed? They're going into a Nucleus hive. I think they're going in this nuke right there. Let's get closer.
It's so cool to be right in a storm.
It is cool to be in a swarm.
Like right in the bees.
Look at that. So they're going into hive 20 there. And where do you think they came from?
Isn't there a beekeeper down there?
There is a beekeeper to the north of us, and I think we just inherited a bunch of his bees.
Oh, hey beekeeper, you asked me what? Thank you.
Stand right here. So today Quinn put on his bee suit. That was a good move.
Because I got stung in the nose yesterday.
He got stung on the nose. Oh, look at this. This is a lot of bees. Yeah.
I think you should upload this to like your video.
Upload it like a video?
Yeah, a YouTube video.
Why would that be important? You don't know? You need to have a reason.
It'd be cool for other people to see.
So how do we know the swarm was even getting here? What were you doing?
I was looking outside and...
So you were just finished supper.
Yep.
And you looked out the kitchen window.
And I saw a big ball of honeybees.
And a swarm of bees were flying past our window.
Yep. It's like
So,
it's like they just say, "Oh hey, beekeepers, look."
you know, you're fully protected. You can kneel down right here if you want to get closer to them. Wow, they are really jamming in there.
They really are. We're trying to beard a little bit down here. You can see.
Don't be directly in the flight path because you'll interrupt their entrance. Yep.
Yeah, we're trying to beard it down there.
Well, it takes a while for them to fit in. Now, how many frames are there in this hive, do you think?
This looks like a 5-frame. Is it a nuke?
So it's a 5-frame nuke, and then how many levels are there?
2.
So how many frames would be in this hive?
10.
10 frames. And statistically, 10 deep frames, that size, is appealing to swarms of bees.
Nuclear hives are good for swarms. They're good.
Nucleus. Nuclear is a different thing.
It looks like they're getting a little bit lazy, but they're starting
They are landing on things, so that tells us they've been traveling.
But that is true.
They're a little bit tired.
Because that's how we got to do on everything.
They are landing on everything.
And they go fly 3 miles, so they might be getting resources from here. We'll be able to use all the resources by flying here.
Now, what did they do before they left whatever hive they came from?
One of the reasons would be too many bees too many bees or the queen died or something. Or maybe not good things.
So would this be a new queen with these bees, or would it be the old queen that left the hive?
For how they're kind of circling and that's how they are kind of pushing a little, I see, into the hole. You can't really see it anymore.
When bees go to swarm and they leave a hive,
yes.
does an old bee leave or does a brand new bee leave? The old queen or the new queen?
The old queen?
The old queen leaves?
Mm-hmm.
That's correct.
Okay, good.
This is a lot of bees.
I know. I don't know how they're going to fit in this nucleus hive.
Well, they're fitting. If they don't like it, what would they do?
They would just leave.
Change their mind and leave. We're hoping that doesn't happen.
Because we want these bees.
We do. We want all the bees.
Trudy have one.
And you were just saying that all these hives are full of bees and we don't really have room for them. But I'd forgotten about this one. That's a good plan.
I think we'll leave to a pea suit for now. Because I like it. I don't want my jeans to get ruined by these things. I'd rather have a pea suit.
Yeah.
Look, I made a fine lady. The white side. You can barely even see the blue out there hovering.
Yeah. That's an entrance wheel that lets us control what we let in and out of that hive. I had a bee bounce right off my face just then.
Yeah, every time I come in here, usually we hit the side of my head, then flies away. It always happens. It always does. It's like they're blind or what? Did they lose all their eyes? Because you should be seeing there's a big body and a head, so you should be seeing.
Now, before these bees, all these workers, before they left the hive that they were in, did they eat a lot of honey from that hive, or did they just leave? When they're getting ready to swarm,
they should eat a lot of honey.
Do they?
I think because if it's a long trip, they might want to eat a lot of honey for research.
So they do. They eat a lot of honey just before they leave, and that's because they need the energy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what's the first thing they build when they get into a new hive?
More honey.
They build honey, or they bring honey with them?
They bring honey and they build beeswax.
They build beeswax, so they build comb.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the reasons they fill up on those resources is because some of these workers are comb builders, and when they show up at the new hive, they build new comb if it needs it. Good news for these bees, the frames in this hive are already drawn out. Nice enough to get them to move in, that's for sure.
That's true. Bees do like the pickers. We did pick an active hive. I don't know who would win because that hive 13, they don't really have that many bees.
Well, they don't seem like they have that many, but that's because you're comparing them to a swarm right next door.
True. They're
So you got stung on the nose yesterday. How'd that feel? Not good.
It looks like there's two bees feeding each other right there in the second box.
Yep, they are. So if we scan up here, we'll show everyone that's what's going on. And it's called trophallaxis. And the bee, which one is being fed and which one's doing the feeding? How do we know the difference?
One would have its like tongue out. Like
The one that has its tongue out, is that the one that's eating or giving?
I would say eating.
Correct. The one with its tongue out is taking the resource, and the other one just opens its mandibles and lets it feed. Good answer. Now there are some big bees in here, big fat ones with big eyes. What are those? Drones. So those are male or female?
Male.
Good answer.
I got one answer.
There are several drones in here. Listen how quiet they're getting now. So this is the right time of year to swarm, right?
Swarm month. Trust me, we've got lots of swarms this month. We keep coming here. It's like there's food and empty hives.
Now what are we going to do if all our hives are full? We could set up more hives?
I mean, yeah, you do have hives in your both garages. That garage and that garage.
That's correct. So we have resources that we could set up, but I think it's time we traded out some hives, don't you think?
And plus, if we did,
Good chance to get rid of some old equipment, give away some bees to people that are learning.
Yeah, we should do that, but you have way too many.
Right.
What do you think? Like 10,000 bees to a person? A good starter?
10,000 bees to a person. That's an interesting part. How many bees does it take, because they're social? What's the minimum number of bees that they could survive?
Like
And
10,000?
you're very close. If you cut that in half, what's the number?
I think I'm 5,000 for like
5,000 minimum if we were starting them off in one of these nukes. But here we've got more than enough. So this colony actually, we'll be supering them up.
I think this Nucleus hive and these bees would be really good for somebody learning. Nucleus hive.
Yep, all bees are good for learning. But because it's small and portable, we'll just add a third box probably at the end of the week. Now here's another thing. We don't know anything about these bees because they came here, right? What might they bring with them?
The queen.
Well, we know the queen's in there, but is there anything bad that they might be bringing with them?
Maybe an extra swarm. Maybe.
No. Are there any kind of things that are bad for bees that they tend to bring with them? Is there anything that feeds on bees?
Skunks.
Okay, skunks, they don't bring those with them when they fly.
True.
But they have tiny, tiny animals on their bodies that feed on them that sometimes they bring with them.
I forgot the name.
Varroa mite. Right.
Yeah,
So here's the thing. Let's say they get in here and they lay an egg right away. Queen starts laying eggs.
Yeah.
A week from now, we could do something to kill the varroa mites they might have brought with them. So we could use oxalic acid.
Don't kill the bees with the wrong
It
acid.
doesn't. With the wrong acid?
Yeah, don't kill
It doesn't kill the bees. It's a treatment for mites. That's the good news. It doesn't harm bees, and it also does not harm the honey.
Nice.
And it's considered an organic treatment. But what does it harm?
The bees and the honey and the eggs.
It harms the bees and the honey and the eggs? Then why would we use it?
Oh, I thought what did you say?
The purpose of it is to kill the varroa destructor mites, but not harm the bees. So that's what it does.
Good. You can't
It's okay, you still have stuff to learn.
Sure, I'm only 8 years old. I'll be 10 next year.
Wait, did you just say you're 8 years old and you'll be 10 next year?
Yes, I'll be 9 this year.
Okay. I thought you were jumping years.
No.
Listen how quiet they are.
will never forget this. The one time when we were transferring, putting the swarm into my beehive from when we were watching.
Last year?
Yeah, last year.
Yeah.
It was fun because I had my the way to bee patch on, and a bunch of bees kept flying on it. Like just like staying on it because of the yellow and black.
Yeah, they did show that they went after that yellow, didn't they?
Your logo likes bees. Bees like bees, and your logo likes other bees. And the bees like your logo.
Any last words about the swarm? What's the next thing we should do? How are we going to remember that this swarm landed here today?
The date.
How do we remember that?
Save it on your phone or something.
You can save it on your phone. We're making a video right now, so that's the plus. But should we be keeping a log and entering what day they show up?
Yes.
I think we should. It's part of our record keeping. And we'll also know then that they didn't come from us. But here's what I'm hoping happened. I hope that last year or the year before, these bees originated from us, the genetics, because they do such a great job of chewing varroa mites and grooming them off. They have a lot of other positive traits. We hope that we got some of those genetics right back. Because if we send a swarm out into the world, maybe they went to that apiary that these came from.
It could be a swarm that left went to that beekeepers and then swarmed and left to go here. I mean, it is possible.
Yeah, a lot of things are possible. So we hope we have some good genetics around here. Right.
Bumblebee.
Well, I think we'll keep tabs on this hive. What's the hive number?
Well, I can't really see it, but it's 20. You did say it earlier.
All right.
I can't see. We're all coloring it, bee.
So if you hadn't been here to see it, it looks pretty normal right now. Hive 20.